How's everybody doing? How's everybody doing? I'm not going to be on here long. I'm here for questions. I'm here for questions. I've been barred again by TikTok. Barred again by TikTok. Let me see this over here. How's everybody? Is this here? This is here. This is here. Duplicate that. Oh, it's here. It's silent in the night. You know what? Oh, my video's here. Okay. Wow, I never had that. Oh, I never had that before. What's here? What's here? Okay. Live. Okay, that's what I want to see. Let me see. Let me see. I'm going to be live on my YouTube channel under the same name. Come join me. I'm not going to be here for long, probably 15 minutes or 20 minutes just for questions. Come join me live on TikTok. On TikTok, on YouTube. I've just been barred on TikTok twice in the second time in the last 4 days for talking about numbers, about numerology and gematria, just for that. Come join me live on YouTube under the same name. I'm going to be there soon. I'm just trying to see if I can make a few corrections. System notification, live rewards, access suspended, ranking access suspended for 3 days until 9/25. Reason for gambling, Creators League. I don't get it. Appeal. Reason for restriction. Okay. Live access suspended. You can appeal when the live access is restored. What? They say I only can appeal when it's restored. And the person that I'm with never helps me on this. I gotta go somewhere else. The thing is with YouTube, it's just that TikTok is giving a brilliant, bright resonance. You know what I'm saying? I can also go to StreamYard, but it's 500, 600 bucks a year. Don't have the funds. I can go to Mitch, but I think there's also a few $100. Don't have the funds. You can't do anything that costs any money. Zero. I mean, I think that we should all just close down TikTok. Just go somewhere else. You know that? I would really love to just have my own channel and just not be fighting this like for the last 5 years has been horrible. In fact, videos I did 10 years ago, 15 years ago, they're taking them down today, saying I don't qualify for their algorithm anymore in these videos. So I want to know if there's any questions, if anybody's here and has any questions. I'm giving it 5 minutes. I'm not really here to say anything. I've been out for 4 hours. Like I said, they deleted my video. I was working on a new piece during this video. And perhaps every time I work on a new piece, maybe they're looking it over. But it doesn't matter. It's a good sign. You know the system is failing, right? So you can leave me some comments. Let's see what's happening in the chat. I'm only going to stay here if there's a little bit of chat. I'm not coming here to talk too much other than answer some questions. Give me a minute. Ooh. How you doing, kitty? Does anybody know how to type top chat? Oh, look at that. This is Google. It's not saying anything over there. Why? Wait a second. Oh, there's 2 lives. Let me see this one. Wow. Oh, wait, maybe there's one here I didn't cancel yet. Just give me a second. Oh, no, this one has to be canceled. Okay. Okay, that's why this is not working. Just give me 1 second. I didn't know TV was this hard. Bon. Okay. Oh, this one's over, and this one is no. And this one is what? No. I don't know which one it is. I don't know where I am. Okay, let's see if it's this one. Let me see. I can't find myself. Okay, this is it. I don't know why they won't let me appeal. I don't know. I know last time they said that to me. Just trying to see which one is. Oh, they have been playing so much. It's just, I just have to keep my positive. Because no matter what they do, I believe and I understand so far is that everything seems to be, it's a karmic system, and everything catches up to somebody making them create another move. And every time they create another move, it costs this, because there's a lot of movement. Once they create another move, they got to go here, they got to go here, and they got to change the whole system. So we're playing the game with them in this game. This is what it seems. Very hot. I think I'm going to turn on the air conditioning for the first time, or really what I need is a shower. Whoop. Let me see what else it is over there. Yeah, so I really liked what I finished off in the last video. For those who came here from TikTok, I really am not here right now. I'm exhausted. I don't know how many hours I spent on there. See, I got home at 6 o'clock. I got home at 5 o'clock, 4 o'clock, 4 o'clock maybe. I don't know, 5 hours I think I spent there, 4 hours, something like that. So I'm really exhausted. So I'm just going to stay here for this little bit of time. If you want, check out the channel, check out what I talked about in the last couple of weeks, or just wait for the next live, which is going to be in 3 days from now after the appeal. I may come on to here, but this is no fun talking to myself. I already sit alone by myself, writing stuff out. Actually, I shouldn't say that, naughty me. Wherever I go, if somebody invites me somewhere, there's a good chance I got my book and my pen. And if I'm writing, I'm writing. If you tell me I can't write, I say, well, I'm not welcome. I'm sorry. I don't write all the time. I try to keep it out. But if I see something, I'm going to write it down. I'm going to try to keep the book away. It depends. If we're all sitting around the fire, all doing our own thing, chatting, I'll be writing down, listening to conversations. You know what I'm saying? So what else are we going to talk about? Yeah, we're 6 here. You know what? I've never been taken down by YouTube yet. I do know that part of YouTube runs a 20-second delay. One, two, three. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, it's a 4-second delay today. Okay, between me and my computer. I don't know what anybody else that's out there. Like I said, I'm here only for questions right now. I will show off a few things. There's 26 letters in the alphabet. Each one of these cubes, each face is a 9 area space. Total of 6 sides is 54. Compare this to Rubik's Cube. This is an edge. This is a corner. Corners are 3, edges are 2. Corners are 3, edges are 2. So now if you looked at it without the cube, if I have 3, it's 1 between 2. If I have 2, it'll be a 2 by 2 area space. And that'll be 4. That'll be equal. It'll create a window. A 3 by 3 will create a 9 area space. We're married into this house. I don't know how to explain it, but I'm really, really exhausted in this 5 hours. Just excuse me. But if you want a quick rundown, I'll just show you a quick rundown of what's above me and below me. And I'll be back in 3 days, most likely before. What? What? What do you want? What are you doing? See, she's got a beautiful heart. Hey, kitty. You know, it was funny. My son had to bring some stuff over, so he brought his cat cage, and usually she won't even stand near it. So, binary code reverse. When the penny got removed from the market in Canada, it created that design there. This is preparation for design that I'm not going to do. Instead of creating straight lines, I do X's or I do squares. But instead of creating squares or X's, I use straight lines. There's only 3 or 4 angles I use when I do this work. It's a 45-degree angle or lesser or more. If we're using rectangles, it'll be more. If we're using squares, it will be the 45 angle. I use straight lines connecting in the heart position. I use squares. What is a square? A circle, right? This is either a circle or a donut. Why? There's no heart to this. It's 4 dots together. Creates this. This X, although it shows a heart area space, there is no heart area space crisscrossing over. So it depends how you see it. And then when you get to this one over here, this has a heart space. Now you must say, how does this have a heart space and this not have a heart space? And what is this? This is where the donut comes in, the hole in the center. How do we create the hole in the center? By reaching the 5th position in each one of these, creating the empty space. It's not the same as that one. You see that one's square, this one's diamond-like. It's being encompassed, the voided area space that's being encompassed. Saturn square runs the same way. The difference of that, okay, the difference of that one that you saw uses up 3, 6, 9 areas. Let me see if I can get back to that. When you do this, what you use is you use either 4 of these, and if you don't use 4, you use 9. We have to understand what happens when we connect these. What's happening? This is flat. Okay, a tetrahedron has 3 plus 1 side in rotation. Communication, angle of transition. Okay, that's C3 1. Okay, 3 1 2. What is 3 1 2? CAT. 104 is its trinity. 104 stands for communication between the 10th and the 4th. The 10th and the 4th are going to be, hold on a second, what is 10 and 4? 1 2 4 5 7 and 8. Rotate on 10. 3 and 6, rotate on 4. 9 rotates on 2. 9 rotates with Venus. Venus is 2, Alpha is 1, Alpha, Mercury, Venus, Taurus, and we're going to end it right now. Oh yeah, I did a lot. I know I did a lot. And you know what? I see it still as very little. I don't know why. I don't know why. And every day that I talk for hours and work for hours and on end, I'm always learning just something. I don't care what it is. I just every single day I'm learning something, just something small that's new. And I still see every single day that there's so much more. And in fact, I think it's funny when one or two of my friends don't even know about it, and they give me ideas without even knowing it. Some of them that catch on extremely quick and add on already to what's going on, or I find it a little silly because I already know it. So I have to understand that when you're taking care of a child, right, they don't know anything. So you can't look at it as silly. You have to change your vibration, your mindset, and get into the child. It's the same thing. I mentioned earlier that I had a backlash this week. Okay, I had a big separation this week. In fact, the separation has been happening for 41 years, right? 41 years. I've been facing the same person. 41 years of problems. Up to 20 years ago, when this person comes to my face and says, we don't want family involved. And then today, this same person said to a family member of mine, but we're family, when they took something from them. They took something from them and said we're family. And I'm scratching my head. This person took something from me and said, we don't want family to work together. When I said to give it back, 8 years later, oh, you still remember? Why don't you forget about it? It's a long time ago. My son went to work for the same company. In 1 year, his job got changed 3 or 4 times. Everything he did was wrong. Putting a punch clock, wrong by the employees. Putting a big clock so everybody can see when it's breaks so they don't have to worry or anything. Not his responsibility for telling anybody to go back to work, but helping out the owner keep a little bit control because everybody was running rampant in the place. I know, I worked there. Changing his job because there was a complaint because of that, and the manager of the place didn't like that he told the boss, which is his uncle, right? Told his uncle, and the uncle told him, don't get in the employee's way. Then tells him, I want you the employee's way because the guy inside has to work outside. You have to tell everybody what to do. Then the guy outside comes inside, is mad at him because he didn't like what he told him, even though it's not his business. But anyways, it was still my son's fault. Over the course of the year, six threats from one employee. One threat, and I'm talking about this because I just feel like it, right? One threat, okay, was because this other employee lost his tool and didn't know who took it. So pressured everybody into putting themselves into, I did it. A second time, because he has a company vehicle that the company uses, but my son gets into it because he works for the company and he didn't like it and he questioned him when it's not for him to question. It's only his vehicle to drive home at night, but it's not his during the day. The next one was because there's a toboggan that's been sitting in the same place since 2019 that's never moved. My son was wrong by throwing it out, but the guy came up to him and threatened to punch him in the face without asking why, instead of saying, that was my toboggan. Even though the toboggan shouldn't have been there, it should have been at his house or somewhere else, but not in the middle of on company shelves in which all products are there with this one odd product. The other time was about entering into a welding room where it's not this guy's welding room, but because he welds, he now takes it personally that it's all his. Another time where a 17 or 16-year-old kid, which is one of the sons of this person, didn't get his way. So the father came out to put pressure on my son to stay away from him. The other one was just last week when he was setting up his room. My son is a botanist, okay? He's been studying it for about 12 or 13 years. Didn't go to school for it, but he's been doing it for about whatever amount of years. And he had a shop. He created a place down by his shop because he was there helping out all the time. And while he was cleaning up and putting everything in order, the same person, for the 6th time, had stuff on a shelf that hasn't been touched in 5 or 6 years. In fact, the mud was so thick on it, okay, you didn't even know what it was anymore. But when he touched it and this guy found out, came to his face and said, "We'll knock your block off." This is when the boss comes into the room, okay, and says to the kid, "Hey, kid, why'd you touch his stuff?" His stuff, the guy that just said, "I'll knock your block off," he said, "Why did you touch his stuff?" "I'm cleaning up the room, putting everything in order. I put all his stuff on his side, and I put all the company stuff over here with a clean shelf so I can have some reserve shelf for the flower shop over there, or just for your stuff." It was 4 items. Then the boss said, "Why are you holding the phone in your hand? Are you recording us? Why don't you shut up the phone?" He said, "I need security." The boss said, "You don't need security. What do you need security for?" And grabbed the phone out of his hand and hung up the phone. How do I know this? I was on the other end. He says, "Why don't you take your flower stuff and go across the street to the pig house and do it over there?" That's how they talk to the employees. And after 41 years, okay, my son, who doesn't really have, who's the botanist, who wants to do everything right, who doesn't want, who's come into a corrupted world, okay, who can't figure out what's 100% which way to go at certain things, or doesn't have maybe the background to know how to say things to certain people in a way in where people, I mean, saying it that when you say something to somebody, always know they're going to take it in the wrong way. He doesn't look at it that way. He thinks that everybody should grow up and be a person, be mature. We're in a professional world living an amateur life, not understanding that with everything we do, there's some sort of consequence that's emitted from the action, like the stone that drops into the ocean. My son wanted to do nothing. I said, "Do nothing?" I says, "You're going back to work there?" "No." I said, "No pay." I says, "Do you want this guy to have your pay, or do you want to do something because you're afraid, or what's the problem?" I says, "Let's do what's right and let's live the professional world. If you were a lawyer, what would you do?" I said, "You have to do this." I went to ChatGPT. I told them the whole story. And they said, "If you don't do this, only you're going to be the loser." My son was also injured off the job, but in this place. It went unaccounted for. But we didn't care about it. Everything was taken care of. But then this person turns around, stands by his side, that every time there's something wrong, he knocks him in the head. Why? Because it's family. Now my son writes a note, leaves it on his desk with a doctor's note, stressed out, "I need a little time off." Doctor signs a note, puts it on the desk. We videoed it, put it on the desk. Sees it on the desk in the morning, calls him up. "Hey, what's going on? What's with the note? We're family. We're family." So to end this story with part of what is not truth, but I want to end it with this: we're family, right? So what about the $500,000 that you didn't pay back to the rest of your family? Are they family too? I'm just adding this on because there was a scenario that was in between like that. And I just noticed, I like this little head of a dog over here. This looks like the body of a turtle or something over here. This one over here is you put it on your finger, and when you go to bed, this one over here, right? Here's a pumpkin, the 304th day of the year, right? In the leap year, it's the 350th day of the year, representing also what is the leap year. And in the leap year, the 92nd day is April 1st, which is usually the 91st day, representing spirit. When it comes to 305th day of the year, it connects to 705 or 507. 705. 705 is a moon link. It's an energy connection between the two triangles, the male and the female. I'm not sure if the Hebrews would look at this, but the mem letter has a break inside of it. I don't want to get into that. I have to study it, so I don't want to bring up half a story. So Halloween is on the 305th day of the year. There are 60 days. Oh, there's 61 days left, but there are 60 days left in a non-leap year, okay, to the 13th moon. 60 seconds on the clock. Perhaps for that, facing time, coming through the moon, moon time, orphan children. So how do we get here? Why can we say orphan children? Well, we have the mother and the father on the planet, right, who supported the egg and the sperm. Egg, okay, EGG, 577 equals to 17. Sperm, 71. Egg, EGG, 577. Sperm, 71. S19, P16, Standard and Poor, 35, 3.5, the heart of the cube. E5, 40. R18, 58. M13, 71. Egg and sperm, 1771. The inauguration of the America Association. Was that not right? The power of the Vatican gates. When they opened those Vatican gates in January, the doors were 88s, 2 doors. When you connect them together, you will connect 7 of 8 spaces on each door, equaling to what is 77, represents the peanut, or how about the power and matter, or the connecting between the energy, or a plasma. That's happening. And the leap year, why is it happening? Because they shut down and they transferred time over and over again. Where are they transferring these time? If I understand correctly, it's running by the cardinal signs. Every time there's a cardinal sign, and there are 4 of them. 4 of them, 6 hours each, into what is the day. We have to add on the day. But wait a second, we have a problem. It's 1.25 days. Do we see this difference? Oh, I see the difference, because it's 5 hours brighter outside at one part of the year, right? Sun just went down at 9 o'clock. If you take a look at the time, something's wrong. And that wrong part is where this next 0.25, okay, shows up. It's part of the RAM system. 5 times 5 times 5 is 125. 8 times 8 times 8 is 512. 16 by 16, okay, is 256. And 256 equals to the 512. 2 systems coming together. 16 and 16, 32. 16 and 16, 32 creates the chessboard. 64 area space. What is 4 cubit? Abraham's house. So anyways, I didn't really want to come in here and talk about much. If anybody's got any questions, this is the time, my friends. If you're talking about what is the word of God, who is I am, what is I am, what is the God work of I am, is it G-D God, is it G-O-D God, is it 2 letters? What is the difference between 2 letters and 2 numbers? What is the difference between 3 letters, a 3-letter word or a 2-letter word? Why do we run rulers with 12 inches? Why is a yard 36 inches, not 45 inches? 3 times 15 is 45. 3 times 12 is 36. We have 36 inches to a yard, right? So we can see all these. These are the actualities I work with, the absolutes. You cannot. You cannot. You could. You can't. I'm trying to see what the word is. I tell a story that is the truth, the 100% truth of its. Hold on a second. I'm not using the right words. It's okay, because I'm tired. I'm done. I'm done. If anybody wants to say something, that's just ask me right now, because I am like, this is 6 hours straight. I used to do it for 12, but it's much easier when there's others participating. Just trying to show you. Many years ago, when I first started, they told me it was the return of DBZ, which is the DB, which is both Mars and Venus. It's a testing system. 2 times 4 is the 8 heavens. Z, okay, is the 26th letter. The 26th letter represents the second side, the higher part of numbers, where 8 is. It's a signal testing system between the lower house and the upper house. Okay, I call it Dragon Ball Z. And if you can take a look in here, if you want to take a screenshot, or let me put it the other way. Yeah, this time of the year I can really use it. Somehow they believe it or not, I can't believe it myself, but I just had two things happen to me that were not very fair, and anyways, that's what it is, and I gotta go. Thank you very much, and I don't like to solicit myself. It's not me, but I need it for the whole year, not just for part of the year, and we got to end this game. Got to end this game, and the end of the game is just having the knowledge, knowing what to do with it, and knowing what our moves are, in which that is not my, that is not me. I'm here as the orchestration, right? Bringing together the new realities, which are the old realities, what has been in front of us forever and ever. Thank you for watching, but before we go, I just want to do one thing, because I've been fooling around with this in my hands, and I'm missing, where is, oh yes, hold on, no, it's here. So I had this, so I had this, and this, and this, and I had one more, so I'm going to show you what it is, okay? Here's the ace letter, right? See the way I have to match it down here? Here's the ace letter. Here's 7A1. We have the picnic table. Why do I go out this far? Because my legs go out this far. Now we can close it in, giving me a left side and a right side angle. I can also move these, creating the house larger or smaller, or perhaps it's an energy field. I don't know, but what I do know, what I do believe, what I do understand, in order for me to tell you this story, in order for these numbers to be so perfect, it took a quantum computer to set up this entire house we live. The brilliance of creation. The brilliance of creation. And we are living in ancient times. Fleshy robotic from me to you. Peace in hell. Thank you for watching.